Match day 17.
Nottingham Forest 0, Spurs 2. Did you watch this one?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
First off, did you watch it?
No, I did not watch it. I caught the highlights because this is a game that I expected Spurs to win.
Yes.
So why would I? I
don't watch it.
I didn't expect it to be such a close competition or entertaining in any way.
Well, one thing you said right was entertaining. It was not entertaining. The whole first half was. I wish I had this, like how you said, on the background while I was doing something, because the whole first half was just mediocre at its finest. The attack of Spurs, in my opinion, was weak, lackluster, and it wasn't fluid. What is his name? That American Johnson ended up getting hurt. Whatever, he subbed off. It is what it is.
I saw Richarlison got a goal.
He did get a goal. It was a win.
It's nice to see my Turkey man doing good.
The little peck, yeah. It was a win at the end of the day, but nothing to stand out in this game at all.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all. For it to be entertaining at all. So I completely I think this was a game, the only game that day, but I didn't watch it.
I wanted to ask you too, because a lot of people were. I've seen online a lot of people praising Steve Cooper. And I just want to ask you, what do you think? Because, a lot of people, I think it's a misreading of fans. But basically they're like, oh, he's doing a good job. The fans really back him up. If you say Steve Cooper out, they think you're, delusional or whatnot. What do you think? I'll give you my brief assessment before you go. I'm sorry. I think it's just delusional. I don't think the fan, because not everybody is like a quote unquote, not to drag them through the mud, but Manchester United fans where they criticize their own players, boo them, or a PSG fan, fan base. So the fact that they praise the coach doesn't mean nothing, or they praise the players doesn't mean nothing per se. I think obviously it holds a little weight, but not too much. I think they're just a fan base that don't why boo someone while they're already down, you know what I mean? And it's still, for me, I don't know what the powers may be over there, may think, but I think it's still take them out. But what do you think?
I think they're just showing support for their coach.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much it. Like I said, there's not much that I can see a coach doing with this team better than Steve Cooper, because this team is not exactly the best.
Material.
So, again, they're just showing support for Steve Cooper. I don't think too much of it. It's just like the same when we praise Klopp if we're doing good, and even if things aren't going our way, you just chant, just to chant. It's your team, just to support them.
Not everyone has that toxic mentality, as some other fan bases do. Let's be honest, though, it is what it is.
Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he doesn't want to say it, but it's true.
Chelsea. What do you mean?
You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
About toxic fan bases?
Yeah.
No, I understand there are toxic fan bases, and I understand that, but fan bases are not, so they're not one entity. It's a bunch of people just saying stuff, What
do you mean by entity?
It's not one idea, one solid idea, and there's no variation through it. Everybody has their own opinion. Like you said, with the Man United, I don't see Man United fans really, being super against their players or anything like that. I see them more against their establishment, like the team, the Glazers or whatever. But, not every fan base is on lock and step, the same ideas over and over and over again, No,
I know what you mean, no.
But yes, there is toxic fans, but I think that it's pretty wholesome that Nottingham Forest, they're supporting their coach through this really tough time that the team's going through. So on to the next game, Chelsea 2, Sheffield United 0.
Did not watch this game at all.
No, Chelsea, this is a game that they're supposed to win.
Yeah, no,
I don't think that we should be talking about it, praising Chelsea for this. This is a game that they should have won. And I don't think that it's a game that, I saw the highlights of the game. It didn't seem like anything crazy happened. It just looked like they took care of business, and it was 2-0. End the story on that one. Newcastle 2, Fulham. Sorry. Newcastle 3, Fulham 0. Did you watch this one?
No, I did not.
So with this one,
Actually, I think I did see it, but continue.
Jimenez
Got a red card.
yeah,
And I
he
don't
got
think it was a red.
bruh.
No, I honestly really don't think it was
All
a
right,
red.
tell me why it's not a red.
First off, what was it? It was he pulled off of the he pulled off and he didn't hit. There was like no like there was contact obviously, but he pulled away, so there was no how do I say serious contact in my opinion. I can equate that to someone, out jumping someone and like missing the ball and clashing into a body. It's just, I think it was a yellow. I don't think there was no serious in play. He was pissed off and he went aggressive, but he pulled halfway into it. So for me, I would give a yellow. I don't think it was a red.
No, I think that can be given as a red. And I would give that as a red because the he cannonballed into him. Like
He cannonball, but
I mean, you could say he pulled away.
yeah.
But
What about
like,
when Ronaldo?
let me explain.
Go. Yep, you're right.
You can say he pulled away halfway through, but the man was already off of his feet in the air. Like he was committed to that challenge.
Yeah.
You can't pull away from that.
So I got a question. What about when I'm gonna just say it because I remember fresh off my head, Ronaldo, right? When he was in La Liga and he out jumped one of I think Atletico Madrid's player, and got the ball cleanly or whatever it may be, had the ball. And the guy literally, because he has the momentum, he out jumped him and everything. Like that cannonball, like that impact was there, and he ended up doing a flip and like hitting his head right on the floor and getting like injured.
I don't remember that specific situation.
But in a situation like that, like, what are you gonna give him a red? No.
No, I mean I'd have to see the situation, but in that particular situation, it was just it was unneeded.
I mean, I get it.
It
but,
was very unneeded.
I mean, I get it, but so is a lot of shirt pullings when you're on a counter. It's just yellow.
No, but shirt pulling is something, Felton. But cannonballing into
somebody,
freaking G-checking somebody is not. That's a red card offense.
I mean, I think it's harsh. I mean, I can see your point, but I personally think that was a yellow.
Bruh, no.
I think that was a yellow.
No, I don't see how. I mean, obviously he went to VAR. I mean, they went to VAR. He canceled out the yellow and gave him a red. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any. I think he was lucky to get the yellow. If he had gotten lucky and not gotten a call from VAR, he would have been very, very. He would have been very lucky because I don't see how that's not seen as a red card offense. Like.
For you, for me, it's crazy because I even wrote this on my notes because I have a whole list for the end where we do referees miss-ups. I have that there. Like for me, I thought that was a yellow.
That's a mess.
100%. I thought it was a yellow.
Felton, that's not a yellow.
I think it was a yellow.
Felton, that's not a yellow.
Rocky was in my ear because that was a yellow.
That is not a yellow. I watched that game with no sound on, and I saw
and
it,
he was like,
and I was like, my eyes were just like. I just, because I didn't expect that. That was so like out of the blue, so unneeded, unnecessary. It was unexpected for me. So
it was definitely unnecessary, and I think because of that red, the team ended up because they were playing not bad. I think
they were playing decent. They were playing decent.
I think with the 11, the scoreline might have been different. Maybe they wouldn't win, but it wouldn't be a 3-0. But
yeah, maybe it would have been different.
Closer, 3-1, 3-2, or whatever.
Yeah, but once Jimenez gave that red card, it was just like the floodgates had opened. Miley, he got Guimaraes was going on a little dribble, gets it to Miley, he slots it in. Almiron, he gets one open on goal off of a missed tackle, and Dan Burn scores the third goal. Again, it was after that red card, it was just kind of downhill. Not really a lot to say about that game other than the red card. Newcastle just taking care of business. I don't want to say as per usual, but it's good to see them taking care of business like I expected them to be. On to the next game, West Ham 3, Wolves 0. Did you watch this one?
No.
I expected you to watch this one.
Actually, you know what? Judging by the scoreline, I should have watched it. I thought it would be a lot closer than it was. 3-0? No. Not watch it.
This is what I expected West Ham to be at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, come on,
taking care of business. No, I had them coming. I had them like 7th place around there.
Yeah, in that prediction. So
this is a game that I expected them to win. I didn't expect 3, but they took care of business nonetheless.
Yeah, did you watch it though?
I did not watch the game in its entirety. I watched like
Bits and pieces here and
yeah,
there.
bits and pieces, like highlights and stuff.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Arsenal 2, Brighton 0.
I just watched the replay. Like, probably one of the reasons why I was late, but I just watched the replay.
Oh, so you admit you was late?
No, I never not denied I was late. Never.
Nah, but you put it on somebody else.
But that still holds true.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Anyways,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
bro. Arsenal, proper champs, man. I said it last week. I keep saying it this week. They played amazing. They played what a first team place team should play. They just dominated throughout the whole game. Other than that, one slip up where they passed it through the back line with Ben White, and Matoma did the outside foot kick and they missed. I did not see Newcastle at all in the game. Brighton, sorry, in the game. They did hold good possession, and I'll give a shout out to De Zerbi because that's one thing that he instilled in his team, playing off the back. Because a lot of teams will just knock it forward and have you like reset, you know what I mean? But no, they played with confidence, and I give him that. And shout out to him again because they lost a lot of key players that were influential for them last season and 2 seasons ago via Trossard, McAllister, all these players, and yet they're still playing amazing football. So, yeah, shout out to them. But at the end of the day, Arsenal was just too much for them. I think Odegaard had an amazing game. It's good to see Havertz scoring. I'm still not, I'm not going to give my opinion just yet. I'm just going to wait 2 more games, see if he's the right man for the fit because, good form could be just good form. But Arsenal is just proper champs.
Yeah, it was 0-0 at halftime. Was it closer than? Because I caught the back half of this game, so I saw it was 0-0, and I tuned in because I was like, "Oh, it's interesting."
Yeah.
At that point, but then Arsenal just kind of took over.
Yeah.
But was it closer than?
It was a good game. Yeah, first half. It was. I would say a lot.
Or was the gap was the 0-0 like were they farther apart than it seemed? Or
No, they were close, but the only difference was the attack. So Brighton did hold possession, but they didn't really do anything in the final third. As opposed to Arsenal, they were at least asking questions, putting it in the box, attacking, driving it down the wing with Saka and Martinelli. That was the only difference. But it was close. It wasn't like far apart at all. But like you said, second half, Arsenal just took over.
yeah,
Declan Rice was amazing as well. What a signing, man. Like seriously, what a signing. I honestly, like the more I see them, the more I say first place. Like the league is ours.
I mean
But that could just be,
bias.
bias and, emotions because we're playing good football. But no, as of now, though, I can see them winning the league 100%.
I mean, there's a really important game coming up for you guys against Liverpool.
Yep.
So, I mean, maybe after that one, you can, have your chest out a little bit more.
We'll talk about it in the next podcast. But if we win Liverpool, and let's say we win comfortably, we'll get to the game with Liverpool and Manchester. But if we win it comfortably, honestly, with the amount of point gaps that, or the fact that Man City's in 4th and we managed to beat Liverpool, I don't think there's a way of coughing up the league.
There's no way to screw this one up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, honestly.
All right. So speaking of Man City, we'll go on to the next game. Man City 2, Crystal Palace 2.
I'm gonna let you go first on the whole.
This was a very interesting game. For the first 30 minutes, I don't think that any City fan can really be angry at the way that they kind of lined out there. Obviously, without Haaland, at times up top they seemed a little unfocused, or they were lacking that killer pass or someone to finish off a killer pass. But I don't think that any City fan would really care too much about the first 30 minutes because they just took care of business. And same thing with the after that into halftime and how they came out in the second half, it was more of the same. Again, there's not much that they can complain about. But really, Crystal Palace, I have to give them a huge, I have to tip my hat off to them because literally out of nothing, both goals were literally out of nothing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's not much wrong with the way that City played, and they're continuing the streak where, are they continuing the streak?
Well, yeah, last they drawed last week, and the week before that, I think they drawed again.
Oh, okay, so the streak is still alive.
Right now, 2-2. Besides Champions League, They won Luton,
okay,
lost to Aston Villa, and
so-
then drawed with Tottenham.
Okay, so the streak is not alive. But,
Yeah.
Again, this is a very surprising result. Very, very surprising result. Shout out to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, honestly, I was just more in shock, if anything. I didn't think this, because the way they bossed the first half, obviously, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is just going to be one of these games, you know? I did whatever on the computer and then came back and, they scored a game. They scored a goal. Crystal Palace scored a goal. And I was like, okay, whatever. But, hey, once you're like by 1 point down, anything could happen. It's soccer, you could have a brilliant pass. You can have a brilliant run down the line and score a goal. And Aston Villa did that. They scored and tied it 2-2 and closed out the game.
Crystal Palace, sorry.
2-2, and they just tied the game and just sealed it off.
They were really out this game.
Seriously.
It really felt like for the first 60 minutes they had like almost
Nothing,
no shots on Ederson, nothing. I mean, they had a free kick, I think, from Olise or something like that.
That was
that would be their closest opportunity before the goal. But it really felt like City were just outplaying them. They were just playing them out the game.
Out the game, yeah, seriously. So it was 2-1, and then that's soccer, you score 1, and you just close out the game 2-2.
It's really interesting that I talked about a few weeks ago on the podcast about how City has these moments of lapses in judgment. That Phil Foden, like, that penalty is such a bad play. It's such like a crazy play to give up at that time. Like, it's the 93rd minute, 92nd minute, something like that. And he goes and he just kicks the guy halfway up his calf, and then I don't know what he expects from that.
Yeah, I think he went down holding his feet. I don't know if he's trying to buy it like it was a foul. Like, he fouled me.
And then he like goes down and he tries to act like it was like, like that lapse in judgment is just so, like, it's been very pervasive in terms of, to me anyway, it's been very pervasive in terms of City's season so far. Like, a lot of their mess ups have been because they lose concentration for a quick second, and then something they didn't expect happens. Like, that Foden kick is just like unexcusable. Like, Guardiola must be like
heated, especially heated. That's why for me it was like kind of the word that bem feito, because that's what you get, translation, because like the comments that he was making before post games. I don't know if you read them or heard them.
No, I did not.
Post games talking about, we're going to win this game and you don't count us out or whatever. I'm going to find the direct quote and let you know. But he was talking basically a lot of, not schmack to the other team, but a lot of big boy stuff. And yet he's been getting, quote unquote, humbled each time.
He plays for Man City. I think he's allowed to speak.
No, but honestly, I think there was a level of arrogance.
And he's a ball. I mean, with Phil Foden, there is a little bit of arrogance. But
no, I'm talking about Guardiola's.
Guardiola, really?
Yeah, seriously.
He always seems like the most
humble guy, right? Yeah, that's why it took me off. Like,
he has a game against Luton. Oh, we have to be strong because we have a good competition today. Like, he always seems like he gives the opponent like their kudos or their props.
I'm gonna look up the quote and let you know, but yeah, or maybe we could just add it on the video on the bottom. But he was talking some real like arrogant stuff in my opinion, and he got quote unquote humbled. This game is not a humbling, but like can't speak really. I know I give him respect because obviously what have you accomplished? Like if I was in his position, like 10 years winning like 7 Premier League titles and the treble last season, I would be talking my ish. But it's the Prem for a reason, man. It's the hardest league there is.
Yeah. This was a really good game to watch.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Burnley 0, Everton 2.
No, but this looked like a good game. Honestly,
I mean, it wasn't okay. It wasn't like a great game. It didn't feel like Burnley. Let me preface with this. I watched the second half of this game, so I didn't watch the full game. But it didn't feel like the game was really like up for grabs. It felt like Everton was taking care of business in this one.
Yeah, it's crazy though because I don't know. It just feels like ever since Everton had the point deduction, it was like a switch that like switched off, and like they've been winning games, in my opinion, playing a whole lot better and actually performing. So shout out to them. I don't know what it was, if that like churned something, like churned the table in the club or whatever it may be, but ever since that point deduction, they've been playing really well.
Yeah,
really, really well.
Ever since, they have been going beast mode a little bit.
Like I had them last place on my prediction list, and now I'm like thinking like, yo, I think wow.
I had them like 13th or something like that.
No way. I think you had
I
them
had them 13.
13th. I thought you had them
Yeah.
like at least 17th or
No,
down.
because after last season, there's no way they follow up that season with another.
Yeah.
That was my take on it.
Yeah, your take was better than mine because I thought they would be last, and the way we were playing in the beginning was good. But like I said, since that point deduction, I don't know, they've just been playing real good.
Yeah, they have been going beast mode, but this is a game that I expected them to win. This is a game that I'm not really gonna, give them the props that they deserve, because this is a game
as you should.
This is a as you should type of game.
Yeah.
I don't think that many people would have had Burnley beating Everton, especially with the way how big the difference is between the bottom three and the rest of the league, like the newly promoted and the rest of the league. But again, it's nice to see Everton taking care of business, especially after that 10-point deduction.
Yeah.
But they don't really get the Everton are a lot like Liverpool, where we don't get going until like something messes up, and then you get going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so we'll go on to the next game. This was a really good game. Brentford won, Aston Villa 2.
Oh no, you got to tell me about it. I wanted to watch this so bad, and I know there was 2 red cards.
Yeah.
Was it a fight or separate?
The last one was a fight.
Okay. Tell me.
But again, very close game. This game was close, and this is a game that I was looking out for, or I had an ear out for since the beginning of the season. These are 2 teams that I had towards the, I think, sixth through 8, around there. Villa's been performing really, really good this season so far, so I was really excited to see this game. They go down. The game starts off 0-0, and it's very close. I would say that Brentford probably had the better chances to start off the game, but they just couldn't convert. There were just, out of the 2 teams, Brentford was creating the best chances. So I really have to give props to Brentford for the way they started the game, but I really, really, really have to give props to how Villa stayed in the game even when they went 1-0 down.
Yeah.
Granted, the red card to Ben Mee did help Villa. It wasn't really going their way, but the way that they can take, that's just how the game is. The way they can take something that happens and then convert it into 2 goals and a win. I'm happy for Unai Emery, and this team is playing crazy football right now. Again, with the red card for Ben Mee, high tackle, and he touches Bailey's shin guard area around there. The referee gives him a yellow. VAR gives him a call, and they say, come, like, go look at it.
Yeah.
And then, obviously everything looks bad in slow motion. But to me, it was just unnecessary. Like, bro was like touching the shin guard. Like, the bottom of his foot is on the shin guard.
Like, made perfect, like, connection.
He is, and it was a really stupid red card because, Villa could have been on a counterattack, but it was all the way in Villa's half. And I think they had like 2 or 3 players on the counterattack, but it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary because it was just outside of Villa's box. They were just in the corner, so there was already players in the box. Not a lot of players outside the box for them to counter with. Yeah. And they probably could have found a better way to deal with that than Ben Mee having a foul in that situation. But Villa, they fight back. They get a cross, both off of crosses, one off a corner. And at the end, there was a red card with Kamara. Yeah. Maupai off of Brentford, he gets pushed by Emi Martinez.
Why you go like that? He wasn't pushed?
Well, it looked like he flopped a little bit, you know?
Okay.
And then Emi Martinez, he knows what he's doing. He grabs his jersey and he tries to like lift him up.
Yeah.
And then, the teammates come to try to,
break it up, whatever. Get their little piece in.
Yeah, to get the piece on Emi Martinez. And then Kamara, he just little scuffle. And then Kamara just puts his hand in, I think, a Brentford player's face or something like that.
Give him a push or just...
It was more like a fuck out of here type of thing.
Yeah.
And he got a red card for that. And it was unnecessary. He wasn't even involved in the action initially. But McGinn was pretty mad at him. He's like, bro, are you... I think I read his lips saying, are you crazy? Like, why would you do that? But it was late.
What's the point?
Yeah, it was late, but they were able to get through that game or get past having that red card and win the game.
So you would say though that both red cards were deserved.
Yeah.
The men, me, and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too? I know they have the likes of Tillemans. He's a great player, but I think. Me personally, I think Kamara is going to be I don't want to say a huge miss, but it's going to be a big miss for them. I think what he does defensively on that outlet, what he provides defensively and holding possession-wise, I think it's going to be a huge miss. I know they have the likes of Tielemans, but yeah, I'd like to see how they perform next game and whoever they face.
Yeah, but it was that red card to Ben Mee really set it off for Villa because it was not going their way the whole game. Grant, they did stay in the it didn't feel like the game was out of balance or anything. Like even after it was 1-0, it still felt like the game was 0-0. But nothing was going Villa's way. And then after the red card, Brentford really couldn't do anything about Villa having because they were just piling on pressure, keeping them pinned in their box. Like there wasn't much they can do.
Definitely something you would suggest to rewatch, right?
After the Ben Mee red card, yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll definitely watch it.
All right. And then on to the best game, the biggest game. Liverpool 0, Man United
biggest game.
0.
Wah. Yeah, seriously. Honestly speaking, Liverpool, man, I think they underperformed. I think you guys definitely did underperform.
I told my brother we played like dog shit.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. So glad you said it.
No. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
We played like dog shit. Szoboszlai had a horrible game.
Yeah.
Nunez, Szoboszlai, Salah at times, Gravenberch, and a few other players. They
almost half the team.
Luis Diaz. They had quiet games, and that's not the game where you have a quiet game. That is just not the game. And then now, since we didn't take care, bro, we were so wasted. I would say I'm being a little harsh, but the first 30 minutes, I would say, because we had Man United pinned in their box, in their half. Like there wasn't much that they were doing. There wasn't. I don't think they got off a shot off that wasn't from a free kick. Højlund didn't get much service. At times, it felt like Antony was trying to strong arm the whole offense. Like there wasn't we didn't take care of business, and we don't deserve to win because we didn't take care of business. We had them pinned. We were so wasteful. Darwin Nunez, again, he had some moments. Oh my God, bro. There was some moments where I look at the shots that we take and I just cringe, and I'm just like, that's the shot. That's the shot that we work for. That's what and there were so few moments where I can say that was a good chance. That was a good sequence of possession. Again, and then we go and we come out in the second half, and there's not much difference. And again, it shows United. I don't have the stats, but it didn't seem like United got much in terms of attempts on goal. And
yeah, United only had 6 shots, 1 on target.
Yeah,
and you guys had 34 shots, only 8 on targets.
Yeah, Right. But and Mikey wants to tell me that it's because Varane was.
No, I mean that's one thing that I would give Manchester United. I think Johnny Evans and Varane did not play half bad. I'm not going to say they were standouts.
Johnny Evans didn't play that bad, but Szoboszlai was United's best player. Okay, all right.
That's why I'm saying they're not stand out. But if we had to pick someone in that Man U squad, I'd pick them two as a pairing as something that was amazing for them, or that performed good to keep them at least semi in the game.
Yeah, like if I was looking at the game in total, if I was looking at the game in total,
of course, yeah.
If I was looking at the beginning, like how they started, I think Mainu had some opportunities like to start off the counterattack that were really, really good, especially because he's so young. It was really like, I mean, I missed the game, so I had to watch the replay. So I was like trying to analyze it a little bit more. But Mainu looked pretty good out there at the beginning. But again, if I had to, for the whole game, Onana maybe. Onana didn't play bad. He distributed well, had a couple of good saves.
Yeah.
Bruh, if Trent's side foot into the bottom, I don't know if but Trent had this opportunity where he like opened up like he was going to shoot far, but he shot near. And Onana had already committed to go far. If that had caught it, bro, the game would have been totally different.
Yeah.
But again, I was so disappointed in Darwin Nunez, his contribution to that game.
Darwin Nunez.
I can't
look in the camera and tell him.
It's true though. It holds.
No,
it
is. Yeah, you could see it. It's evident.
Salah looked like he was trying to he looked like the whole offense. He was trying to make something happen down that right side, but Luis Diaz was a black hole. Darwin Nunez was a black hole. Once you gave him the ball, they were taking shots or they were losing possession. Like it was very difficult to watch as a Liverpool fan. If I had to give our best player, Trent. But he had some moments where he really had turned me off as well. So it's really difficult to give it to him.
What about Endo?
Endo would be my
next
overall,
runner-up.
yeah, basically overall look at the game. Endo, because he wasn't afraid to go into aerial challenges. He's not afraid to get confrontational, do a lot of the dirty work in the midfield. But the midfield of Gravenberch, Endo, and Szoboszlai just did not work today. It just did not work. It was nice to have Allison back, but the midfield just didn't work, and it felt like they were not connecting with the attack, and that was just throwing everything off.
Yeah, honestly speaking, watching the game, like, you know, it's kind of tough, you know, for Liverpool, I would say, is because they had so many chances. Like I said, they didn't take not one, and the chances were, you know, but you guys were in first, and you bottled it.
You've been waiting to say that.
No, but
you have been waiting to say that.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's true.
Okay, first off,
you bottled it, and I think this next game with Arsenal, this next game with Arsenal is going to be pinnacle for you guys, for sure.
I know that game is going to be a game to pin the whole season on in a certain way, but I wouldn't say it was bottled. I don't think it was a bottle job. Again, because it wasn't. I was watching the game and just nothing felt like it was working. Nothing felt like it was working well, and that's like I just didn't know. Like, I mean, if I was Klopp, I mean, I don't know how Szoboszlai stayed out there so long playing such a bad game. I think he got out in the 65th minute, something like that. I would have taken him out at halftime, had someone else out there, but. Joe Gomez, he went out there and he was okay. You know, he had some shots on goal. There wasn't really too much for him to do. Quiet game from Konate, not a lot from him to do. Again, it was not a great game if you're a Liverpool fan. I think it's hilarious how many United fans are so souped off of.
Well, you know what? I think I give them that soupness only because. Like, going into the game, everyone already had a one-track mind. Everyone's like, yeah, Liverpool's going to trash them 7-1 since last season. Even Mikey last week, you can see it when he said it, like, yeah, we're gonna get trashed by Liverpool, you know. So everyone had that one track mind. I don't know if the players did it as well. Maybe that's what happened, but just to come out, just to see that game, what everyone expected, and have that game play out the way it did, I think it was a huge. That's why I say bottled, in my opinion. You know what I mean? In that aspect of it, I don't know if you've seen Virgil van Dijk's comment at the end. What do you think about that?
What?
When he said Liverpool were the superior in every aspect, only one team tried to win today.
Truth.
You don't think he was
Bruh, if Ten Hag lined out his team out there like, oh, we're gonna sit back and absorb pressure, respect, right? But I don't think that's how they lined up.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how they trained that week. I don't think that's how they went out or they wanted to go out there. Like it really. If I had to give a like say if that's valid or not, I would say that's valid. Watching the game, I would say that's valid. It's very. If you watch the game, it's difficult for me to say that, like, you didn't see that there was a big difference between the teams.
Two teams, yeah.
It's just I don't know what happened. Like nothing was working.
Yeah.
It was one of those days where you just and you know, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
What'd you take away from this game, though? As a
a neutral, I was just disappointed, to be honest.
I was. Hey yo, I'm in the club with you, man.
Bro,
I was disappointed as well.
I wanted a 5-game thriller, man. I wanted a 3-2, 4-1. I want someone to score. I didn't want what I saw to happen.
I mean,
it was just very disappointing.
Obviously, you would want someone to score.
I'll take a 1-0 over what I saw.
How's that feel though? Like with Arsenal taking care of business and you.
How does it feel? I'm souped. I'm extremely happy because now we face you guys, and like I said, that's the test of character right there. So if we win comfortably, and we'll talk about it next week.
Not if we play like that. Not if we play like that. If we play like that against Arsenal, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Like it doesn't mean anything. Like if you guys beat us, how we played against Man United, what does it mean?
For Arsenal, maybe for you guys.
No, but I'm just
saying. For Arsenal, it means everything.
No. If we play good and you guys beat us, I think you guys would love that.
No,
but I think if we played like how we played against United, you guys would be like,
The reason why I would say it would be good is because if you look at the points, if next season goes well, would be, I think, 6, maybe 4 or 5 points, like, between 4 to 6 points ahead of everyone else. What's not to like about that? I don't care if I win you and you're playing crap. Point-wise, system-wise and the games ahead, I'll take that any day of the week. Because this is not a performance, like, this is not a performance. Like, to win the league, obviously you have to perform good, but it's the points that matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so if I beat you in a scrappy way, but I still get the points. I don't care.
I mean? But like we were saying, like it means a lot. And if we don't show up for that game and you guys win, it's kind of like, I'm not saying you guys would feel that way, but to the people watching, it's kind of like, that didn't really tell us anything. Like they just played shit.
Yeah, they did. But I don't care, whatever wins the title.
No,
whatever
for sure,
wins the title.
For sure.
Whatever wins the title for me.
All that matters is what you're eating soup out of at the end of the year.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. So that was match week 17.
17. It was honestly speaking, it's not that bad. I like this match week.
Of course you did.
Of course, yeah.
Of course you did. We're gonna do predictions for match week 18 now.
All right.
Premier League match week 18, Crystal Palace, Brighton. Who you got?
Brighton. Are we doing draws too, by the way, or no?
Yeah, we'll do draws.
I think Brighton, sorry.
I'm going Brighton. They need to bounce back after the last game. City, Brentford.
You know what? Like at this point, I don't know what City. They've just been inconsistent.
Don't get caught in the trap.
See, that's what we said last week.
Don't get caught in the trap.
That's what we said last week. Don't get caught in the trap and look what happened.
Yeah, you know how City are. They can,
Yeah, but I also know Brighton's counterattack. Brentford, sorry. Counterattack. I'm going to draw.
City,
yeah.
Spurs, Everton.
I think this is going to be a good game.
I got Everton.
I think this is going to be a good game. Ooh. I'm going draw.
Okay. All right. Fulham, Burnley. Who you got?
Fulham, Burnley. Fulham. Take care of business.
Even without Jimenez.
Yeah. They have Vinicius Jr.
Yep. All right. I'm going Fulham for that one. I'll skip that one for last.
Yep. I wonder which one.
Villa and Sheffield. Who you got?
Villa and Sheffield. I'm going Villa, of course.
Yeah.
5-0.
They need to handle business in this game. If they play down to their opposition, they can lose a point here. They can lose 2 points here. West Ham and Man United.
Man U. I'm going Man U. Yeah, Man U.
West Ham. Forest and Bournemouth.
This is gonna be a close game. Just because I say this doesn't mean I'm watching it. I'm gonna go. I'm going Forest.
You going Forest?
Yeah,
Steve Cooper.
Yes, sir.
I'm going Bournemouth. They've played better the past couple of games than Forest, so I'm giving it to Bournemouth.
Newcastle.
Wow, not even let me finish.
Nah,
okay.
there's no question.
All right, I'll go Newcastle too. Wolves, Chelsea. I know you'll love this game. This game is closer than it. This game seems closer than it had. Yeah. Like I feel like I'm more excited to watch it now than I would have been if Chelsea was good.
Good, yeah, exactly. In the beginning of the season, first game in.
I'm going Wolves, man.
I want to say Wolves so
They're
bad.
at home, man.
I know. Chelsea can't bottle it, no? Nah, Chelsea.
Hey, it's your prediction.
Nah, Wolves, facts, Wolves. I'm going Wolves.
And then the magnum opus, Liverpool, Arsenal.
This is gonna be real. Be real with yourself.
You know what?
Take fans and bias
Give me
aside.
a score line too.
All right, and when you answer, all I ask is to take the fan and bias aside.
Okay.
Be honest.
All right.
Even though I know you're not gonna do it. All right, I'm going Arsenal. Either 2-1 or 3-1. But I'm going to go 3-1. It's going to be 2-1 and get hit in the counter 90th minute.
Respect. I'm going Liverpool 3-1.
You heard what I said. Take away the bias.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to think, and what do you score line? Just so I know.
3-1 or 3-0.
3-1 or 3-0. Wow. You think they're going to mop the floor? That's crazy.
With the Swiffer.
And there's no bias in the statement. Wow. Okay.
None whatsoever.
That's crazy.
None whatsoever.
Excuse me if I don't believe you, but okay.
No, that's fine. You don't have to believe me.
Load of bull.
You don't have to believe me. That's my analysis.
Yeah, I know. Some bull crap analysis. That's crazy. 3-0?
Bruh. Okay, fine. You know what?
You're basically saying Arsenal is not a factor.
No.
That's crazy.
Okay, no. Okay, fine. Okay. If I'm more harsh on my team, Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0.
All right, see, I'll take that. Yeah, but 3-0
Of course you'll take that.
That's a slap in the face.
Of course you'll take that. What the heck?
Yeah, but 3-0? You're saying we're not a factor. I've seen it happen
before. Bro, we show
not
show
like
up for
this.
games. Okay,
not like this.
All
not
right.
like this.
All right.
Not like this. Not in the last form you guys
All
are
right.
in? No way.
You know Luis Diaz is going to be shooting. You know Darwin Nunez is going to be shooting. You know
38
Salah going to be shooting.
38 shots, 6 on target, right?
I'm just saying, like I said, you can't bad games, 90 minutes. After that,
you didn't watch the Arsenal game, right?
I watched half that.
Yeah, see, that's why.
What do you mean?
That's why you have that, you know.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're not really opened, you know. You haven't really tasted and seen,
Shut up.
you know.
Shut your mouth.
That's it, yo.
Shut your mouth.
It makes sense.
Shut your mouth. What are you talking about?
If you seen how Arsenal played against Brentford, you'd be like, yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool is not Brighton.
Actually, they're not Brighton, yes, but the way they played that game, you can might as well say they're Brighton.
Play what game? The way Arsenal?
No, the way you guys played against Man U, you might as well say Brighton. Might as well.
Bruh.
But Toma was looking better than Luis Diaz. I said it.
All right. Okay.
We'll just have to wait to see.
I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just